Hi, WestVet friends. I just wanted to stop in and say hello. It's been a while since I've seen you all. I've obviously not been around due to the virus, so I just wanted to stop in and check in and see how everyone is doing during what can only be described as extraordinary times that we're living in. It is not in human nature, I think, for us to isolate in times of crisis. We generally want to come together as human beings and support each other, and we're being asked to do just the opposite right now, and that I think adds an additional layer of stress to everything else, and we are also being asked to adapt and change at a very rapid pace. You all are used to doing that on the regular in your work, but with the virus and our response to it, you're being asked to do that in different ways. And I imagine that might be starting to weigh on folks. So I just wanted to drop in and give you some reminders about self-care. You are obviously taking wonderful care of the clients and all the animals that are coming into the hospital. But in doing so, it could be very easy to kind of forget about taking care of you. So just a reminder, none of these things are earth-shattering and things you don't already know, but sometimes it's just good to name it. Make sure that you are eating healthy, that you're staying hydrated, so important, as you know, that you're taking some time for exercise, and maybe getting out in the fresh air, keeping your social distance, of course, as we need to do these days, but also making some time for laughter and play and connecting with others, through phone calls or texts or social media or whatever that is, and maybe trying to limit some exposure to what we're hearing on the news, because I think that we're all overloaded with that right now, and that certainly does not add or doesn't take away from our stress level for sure. The other thing I would encourage you to think about is practicing some mindfulness. And for some folks, that's certainly meditation. There's lots of different apps for that. There's all kinds of mindfulness activities out there. But what I would encourage you to think about is to make space for what you're experiencing and feeling right now. If you're feeling overwhelmed or more stressed out than the normal day, or what's happening in the hospital is weighing on your mind more heavily, make space for that. To be able to sit in it for a few minutes and honor what you're feeling and name it without judgment. It just is what it is. And sit there, hold it, and then be able to put it aside so you can move through it and go on with what you need to do. Sometimes just taking those few minutes a day to sit in what we're experiencing can really, really help us. It's my understanding that euthanasias are up in the hospital, the rate of euthanasias, and again, I'm sure that is weighing heavily on your mind and hearts, and you're likely not able to comfort clients in the way that you normally would, and that's got to be stressful as well. So again, just a reminder that you need to take good care of yourselves while you're taking the amazing care that you do of others. And I've provided some resources for you. There's a great article on anticipatory grief, which is what they're saying we're kind of all collectively experiencing right now, and I think it's spot on. I've also got some additional resources, just some things to think about that your clients might be experiencing and how that might compound their feelings of grief or loss or anger that could very likely be directed at you and not be about you at all, but you still will have that experience. So again, take good care of yourselves and each other, and I look forward to seeing your faces in person soon. Bye-bye.